Now to officially open our meeting, calling to order. Commissioner Batchelor, would you lead us in the pledge, please?
Yes. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Moving to item B, approval of the regular session minutes of 1/25/2021 board. We received these minutes in advance. Are there any discussion or any changes at this time?
No.
Hearing none, could I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
I have a second.
I'll second.
Call the roll, please.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran,
Yes. At this time, I'd like to move item G, the county staff and elected officials discussion up prior to going into our consent agenda. I understand we possibly have Julian Nisbet with us from the Health Department this morning. Good morning, Julian.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you again for having me. Just to give a brief update on where we're at in the county. So we are starting to see our case rates kind of, they did flatten out, and we're starting to see a little bit of a downward trend on it, which is positive. That's the direction we want to be heading. I do want to, again, continue to give caution. Last week, we were the second highest county in the state for case transmission rates. So it's still not where we would want to be. There are certain things we don't want to be number one at, and that's really one of them. So hopefully we continue on that positive kind of trend and direction. Our hospitalization rates are down. Our outpatient visits, though, are still kind of stabilizing. Hopefully we would continue to see some downward trends with those also if our case rates do continue down with that, but we'll kind of continue to monitor for that, because again, if people are still seeking care, it may mean we have more cases coming in the weeks to come. So we'll keep an eye on that. Vaccination, we have various providers throughout the county who are vaccinating with it. We are definitely, working on that older population right now. We are setting up some specialty clinics with our developmental disabilities to take care of some of their clients as we move forward. We do encourage patience for everyone. I know everyone is really eager to get vaccine, but we have about 14,000 people in the 65 plus population that is on our current wait list that we have right now. So we are continuing to kind of go through these as we work on scheduling from week to week. We can't really plan clinics out further than a week in advance because we don't know what vaccine allocations we're getting from week to week. With that, those kind of get announced to us. Our schools, we hope our schools are going to be able to get their staff vaccinated in the coming weeks. With it, the state is doing kind of a phased rollout throughout the state to be able to set up clinics with those. The majority of our schools are partnering with Kroger's in order to provide vaccinations to their school staff on it. So again, hope to get more information as that becomes available in the coming weeks as it starts to roll out to all the schools. And getting those populations done. We are still waiting for some additional information to come from the state on people. Currently there is an eligibility for individuals who have developmental disabilities and some severe congenital issues. There are others who don't have those developmental disabilities, but still have those severe congenital issues. And those individuals are not eligible until the week of February 15th. And we do not have information on that. The state is going to continue to give us guidance. We do encourage people reach out, continue to look at our website. We'll provide more information once we get it on, how those individuals will be identified and how they may be able to work in for vaccinations, but still, large numbers of people wanting a very scarce resource. So we just, again, ask that people be patient. We are starting to do our second round, kind of second doses on it. So it means we're very, very busy running lots of clinics so that we can do those second doses and still try to administer first doses. We are fortunate that we do have other providers throughout the county who can offer vaccine also. Health Source of Ohio has 5 locations they're offering vaccine at. Kroger's, I think, has about 7 or 8 of the different Kroger's locations where they're doing it. Our 2 Myers stores. And we're hopeful in the coming weeks, as more vaccine becomes available, they will actually open up to more providers that are already registered in our county as that kind of moves forward. So that's the update I have at this point. Does anybody have any questions for me?
Board, any questions?
Julianne, I mean, just in round figures, how many people in Clermont County, how many vaccinations have actually been performed? Do you know?
So I can definitely get that number for you. There is actually, the state has a really good website, and it's kind of hard for me to just tell you like this is what the exact number is, because we're not the only, entity providing vaccine in the county. But give me 2 seconds here, and I'm going to be able to pull up, hopefully, if it works well. There is a vaccination dashboard on the Ohio Department of Health's website. So if you go to the coronavirus.ohio.gov website, it will give you an idea of how many people, because all the data on there is based off residency. So we may have workers who work for UC or Tri-Health in Hamilton County, but they've been vaccinated through their employer. And that's why when I talk about numbers are hard, like, yeah, I know exactly what we've got. I can talk a little bit about that. But what we're seeing right now, as of today's data in Clermont County, there have been almost about 9,500 people who have started their first round vaccinations on it. It's about 4.5% of the population that we're looking at. And then you can actually filter it to look at vaccines completed, which again, that has to mean that they've been administered their second dose. So Moderna, again, we have to wait at least 28 days, and Pfizer would be 21 days. So you're not going to see high percentage numbers there with second round doses, because many people just started those over the last week or so. But definitely, if you look at where we're at with the population, we do have, quite a few people who have been able to receive their first round vaccines, knowing that we've really only kind of been rolling for about a good month now.
Right. And then I know before, when the vaccine was actually coming in, is it being distributed to other locations, or does it all come through the health department? I mean, how does that?
Yeah, no, anybody who is a registered COVID-19 vaccine provider gets shipment directly to them. And we want to minimize the amount of shuffling around vaccine, only because it's a very fragile vaccine. So anyone who is a registered COVID-19 provider, so our Kroger's will get direct shipments of vaccine going to them, our Myers, our hospital also, they all get direct shipments. So it does not, I only get what comes to public health. And what would be dispensed through us. So we do occasionally transfer to other providers for like a closed pod situation. So an example would be a private doctor's office where they can actually administer the vaccine themselves. They are a registered COVID-19 provider, but they're not getting direct shipment vaccine because they're not providing it to the public yet. In those types of situations, we can transfer out of our allotments to those individuals. And then, just keeping in mind, sometimes our allocations are directed to specific populations. So I have specific allocations that I kind of need for my DD group. Most of the hospitals have stopped doing their kind of tier 1A because they've had that opportunity. But public health is still doing some tier 1A individuals. As we kind of roll into tier 1B, we also sometimes do some specialty populations that are in there. We're, if there were long-term care programs that were not picked up by the federal program, we're responsible for those also. So, when people see that maybe we received 200 doses of vaccine, it doesn't necessarily mean we have 200 appointments available open to the public, because sometimes some of that is going to specific populations that we are tasked with administering to with it. But we do our best to open up as many public appointments as we can and get them booked and filled as quickly as we can.
And then could you just talk about a second about you talked about this vaccine being very fragile. And I know that one of your goals is to make sure, not only your goal, but obviously the health department of the state of Ohio, is to make sure that not one of those doses goes to waste. How are you managing that? I know that every person that you schedule probably doesn't show up. So you have to kind of have a secondary plan, right?
Yes. So we are actually mandated to, anybody who is a vaccine provider has to kind of have backup plans on it. So the first thing we do is we continue in the priority group that we're in on it. So a lot of times we actually overbook clinics. We may have people, if it's a 200 dose clinic, we may actually book 210 people in it. And those last 10 people are told, you may not receive vaccine that day. And if you don't, we'll roll you over to be like the first individual scheduled for the next clinic with it. So we try to take care of it in ways that way. If we cannot do it, we have a small list of people who can. So there's a couple issues with it. One, it's not just extra doses on it, and it's not that they can just be assigned elsewhere. Where we run into issues is once we puncture a vial, I have 6 hours to use all the doses in that vial. If it's a Pfizer vial, I may have 5 to 6 doses. If it's a Moderna vial, I have 10 on it. So once we puncture that vial, we have a short time period to be able to use that vaccine in. So when we do run to the end of a clinic, if we have 1 or 2 doses left on it, we do have a short list where we have tried to target some of our high-risk populations, so maybe some of our corrections workers in the jail, juvenile detention centers, other agencies who are can get a person to us in 5 to 10 minutes so that I don't waste that dose of vaccine on it. But primarily we try to stay within the tiered group to be able to get individuals so that we don't waste vaccine. The state and the federal government have been very clear on it. You want to try to go to within your tier first, or the tiers that are eligible. And when you can't do that, it can be administered to any person who is available to put that vaccine in their arm, because we do not want those doses going to waste.
Thank you for that clarification.
Any questions? Thank you, Julian. Be safe. Tom, do we have any other county staff who'd like?
I believe Mr.
Thanks,
Bickford-
Julian.
I believe Mr. Bickford wants to introduce our ISD director.
Yeah, we've got our new ISD director with us, Chris Davis. He's on the line. Just wanted to bring him in and just to say a few words to introduce himself. And, we're looking for good things from Chris. He's already hit the ground running. So we're definitely moving forward.
Morning,
Good
Chris.
morning. Good morning, commissioners. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Doing great. Just wanted to introduce myself, hit the ground running like Greg said. Due to COVID, I'm still meeting some of the team members and stuff, but I'm very excited to be here. From what I've seen, there's a lot of good people here. Excited to see what we can do to improve the systems and the communication with the IST department and the other groups within the county. So I appreciate the opportunity and look forward to working with all of you.
Thank you, Chris. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you.
Now we'll move on to item C, the consent agenda. And board, you've already had this consent agenda prepared and given to you in advance for your review. Are there any items that need to be removed or for further discussion this morning? No. Hearing none, could I have a motion to approve the consent agenda, please?
I'll make the motion to approve.
I have a second.
I'll second.
Call the roll, please.
Commissioner Batchelor,
Yes.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran,
Yes. Now we'll move to the non-consent agenda, which actually starts on page 2. The non-consent agenda at this time, there's a recommendation that the Board of County Commissioners adopt resolution number 016-21, resolving to approve the payment to the vendors in the amount of $1,350,268.96 for checks dated January 27, 2021, as presented by the county auditor on 1/25/2021, and further authorizing the county auditor to issue warrants for same pursuant to section 319.16 of the Ohio Revised Code. Do I have a motion to pay the bills?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes. Item number 3, Department of Job and Family Services. Good morning, Tim.
Good morning, Commissioners. Item number 3 is a recommendation of myself, Timothy Dick, Director of Department of Job and Family Services, with the concurrence of Thomas J. Eigel, County Administrator, to authorize Claire B. Corcoran, President of the Board of County Commissioners, to execute Amendment Number 1 to Subgrant Agreement Number G-2021-06-0220 by and between the Board of Clermont County Commissioners on behalf of the Clermont County Department of Job and Family Services, which serves as the administrative entity for the Southwest Ohio Regional Training Center located in Clermont County, Ohio, and the Ohio Department of Job and Family Services located in Columbus, Ohio, for the provision of funding for required statewide training for county foster caregivers at the Southwest Ohio Regional Training Center for state fiscal years 2020 and 2021, therefore previously ratified by the Board of County Commissioners on August the 20th, 2019. And this will increase the amount for state fiscal year 2021 from $215,028 to $229,054, an increase of $14,026 for a revised total sub-grant agreement amount not to exceed $444,028. Therefore, with all other terms and conditions of the original sub-grant agreement to remain in full force and effect.
Board, you've heard the reading to execute amendment number 1 to the sub-grant agreement between Clermont County Department of Job and Family Services and the Ohio Department of Job and Family Services for an increase of $14,026 for revised total sub-grant agreement amount not to exceed $444,028. Therefore, do I have a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Batchelor,
Yes.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes. Moving to number 4, Job and Family Services.
Item number 4 is also my recommendation with the concurrence of Thomas J. Eigel, County Administrator, to authorize Claire B. Corcoran, President of the Board of County Commissioners, to execute the sales catering contracts by and between the Board of County Commissioners on behalf of the Clermont County Department of Job and Family Services as the administrative entity for the Southwest Ohio Regional Training Center located in Clermont County, Ohio, and Oasis Conference Center located in Loveland, Ohio, for the Southwest Ohio Regional Training Center Foster Parent Conference to be held on September 10th and September 11th, 2021, at the rate of $12,460.80 for the September 10th, 2021 contract and $7,024.20 for the September 11th, 2021 contract, for a total cost not to exceed $19,485 for the 2-day foster parent conference pursuant to and in compliance with the terms and conditions specified therein.
Board, you've heard the recommendation to execute the sales catering contracts with Oasis Conference Center for total amount of $19,485. This is for the foster parent conference. And Tim, this is the one last year that we put on hold, basically. We did not have it because of COVID, correct?
That's correct, Commissioner. And for this particular contract, we do have a opt-out period where we can, where we would not be charged any cost if we opt out 6 months prior to the conference taking place. So we have another month and a half to determine whether there are going to be any governor's orders or Department of Health orders that will impact our ability to hit on this conference or not. So we can make a decision at that time whether we want to cancel this, and there will be no financial penalties for us.
Great, thank you for covering that. Board, do I have a motion to approve that recommendation?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes. Item number 5, Water Sources Department.
Good morning, I'm Lyle Bloom, Director with the Clermont County Water Resources Department, and item 5 is a recommendation to accept the following grants of sewer easements with rights of reentry for repair and replacement that will be granted and conveyed to Clermont County for utility purposes of constructing, operating, maintaining, repairing, replacing, removing, or reinstalling sewer utility lines, pumping equipment, and manholes, and all incidental appurtenances required for the transportation of sewage in, on, under, and across the properties of the grantors, as well as provide ingress and egress access to the easement areas for the parcels outlined below for property located along Lake Allen Road in Batavia Township. The first grantor, two parcels, is Linda Caswell Berry and Sons Foundation Incorporated. Again, this is for 2 parcels along Lake Allen Road. And the other easement is the Rotary Foundation of Cincinnati, also for property along Lake Allen Road.
Board, you've heard the reading of the recommendation for the grants of sewer easements and rights of reentry for repair and replacement for the Lake Allen Road, 2 parcels of property in Batavia, Ohio. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
I have a second.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Batchelor,
Yes.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran,
Yes. Item number 6, Water Resources Department.
Item 6 is a recommendation to approve the request to advertise for bids for project number 6401-60180 relative to the Weaver Road Water Petition Project located in Stone Lake Township pursuant to the plans and specifications, and to authorize the clerk of the board to place a legal notice in a newspaper of general circulation on February 4th, 2021. Schedule a non-mandatory pre-bid meeting on February 25th, 2021 at 10 a.m. with bids to be received until 2:00 p.m. local time on Thursday, March 4th, 2021 in the office of the Board of County Commissioners, 101 East Main Street, Batavia, where they will be publicly open and read aloud shortly thereafter, and the notice will also be posted on the county's website. So this project is in response to a petition for water service we received in 2018. It will serve 2 properties. It's a small project. It's a 180-foot of 8-inch water main that would be extended, and the engineer's estimate is $24,775.
Board, you heard the reading of the recommendation to approve the request to advertise for the bids for project number 6401-60180 relative to the Weaver Road Water Petition Project. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran,
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lyle. Item number 7, Craig Reisner.
Good morning, Craig Reisner, County Engineer's Office. Item number 7 is a recommendation of Jeremy Evans, County Engineer, with concurrence of Thomas Eigel, County Administrator, to execute record plat number 6293255 for the following subdivision in Miami Township, and to further execute a combined performance and maintenance bond as well as a performance bond for sidewalks. It's Mattingly Falls Subdivision Section 3 in Miami Township. The performance bond is $27,000 and the sidewalk bond is $28,840.
Board, you've heard the reading from Craig Reisner, the Engineer's Office, to execute record plat number 629-3255 for the performance and maintenance bonds. Do I have a motion to approve?
I'm sorry, I'll make a motion.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
Commissioner Batchelor,
Yes.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran,
Yes. Item number 8, Craig Reisner.
Item number 8 is a recommendation of Jeremy Evans, County Engineer, with concurrence of Thomas Eigel, County Administrator, to execute and accept dedication plat number 6293256 for dedication along Amelia Olive Branch Road, 0.0339 acres at the intersection of Amelia Olive Branch Road and State Route 125 in Pierce Township, and to accept Amelia Olive Branch Road in the amount of 0.0339 acres as a public road for placement into the Clermont County Public Road System. This is a request from ODOT. They are moving some signal poles at the intersection of Amelia Olive Branch Road and State Route 125.
Board, you've heard the reading for the request from ODOT, and that is for the dedication plat number 629-3256 for the dedication of the Amelia Olive Branch Road. And also it's a public road placement for the Amelia Olive Branch Road also. Is that correct? All right. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran,
Yes. Item number 9.
Item 9 is a recommendation of Jeremy Evans, County Engineer, with concurrence of Thomas Eigel, County Administrator, to execute record plat number 6293257 for the replat of lots in the following subdivision in Miami Township. This is Cincinnati Camp Meeting Grounds subdivision, and the purpose is to create a new lot number 303A.
Board, you heard the reading of the recommendation to execute record plat number 629-3257 for the replat of lots in the Miami Township and to create new lot number 303A. Do I have a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Batchelor,
Yes.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran,
Yes. Item number 10.
Item 10 is a recommendation of Jeremy Evans, County Engineer, with concurrence of Thomas Eigel, County Administrator, to execute record plat number 6293258 for the replat of lots in the following subdivision in Miami Township. This is Ridgeview Acres subdivision, and the purpose is to create new lots 22A and 24A.
Board, you've heard the reading of the recommendation to execute record plat number 629-3258 for the replat of lots in the following subdivision in Miami Township, the Ridgeview Acres, to create new lots 22A and 24A. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran,
Yes. Item number 11.
Item 11 is recommendation of Doug Royer, Deputy Engineer, for Jeremy Evans, County Engineer, with concurrence of Thomas Eigel, County Administrator, to reduce the weight limit on County Bridge number C57 4.97 on Goshen Road in Goshen Township. And this is a reduction from 60 tons to 12 tons.
Board, you've heard the recommendation to reduce the weight limitations on the county bridge number C57-4.97 located on Goshen Road. The reduction goes from 60 tons to 12 tons. Do I have a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? Call the roll, please.
Commissioner Batchelor,
Yes.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran,
Yes. Item number 12.
Good morning, all.
Good
Good
morning.
morning, Wade.
Agenda item number 12 is a recommendation from myself, Wade Grabowski, Director of Facilities Management, with the concurrence of Mr. Thomas J. Eigel, County Administrator, to execute a contract for public improvement by minor projects by and between the Board of County Commissioners, Clermont County, Ohio, and E&R Plumbing Company out of Batavia, Ohio, for the countywide touchless water fountain installation in relationship to the coronavirus. And the contractor does have sufficient training, expertise, staffing, and experience to carry out the services required by the county. In accordance with the scope of service identified in Exhibit A, attached thereto and made a part thereof, with said services to be substantially completed within 60 days of the contractor's receipt of a signed contract and notice to proceed at a cost not to exceed $63,714 pursuant to and in compliance with the terms and conditions set forth therein. As part of the virus, these are touchless water fountains. They also will supply bottled water, so you don't have to, you can bring a cup or a bottle. And they also have the osmosis, the HEPA filtration and osmosis filtration.
Very nice. Board, you've heard the reading of the recommendation to accept the contract with ER Plumbing Company Incorporated for countywide touchless water fountain installation. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes.
Thank
Thank you, Wade.
Thanks, Wade.
Number 13, Taylor Corbett, Planning Commission.
Yes, this is the Board of County Commissioners designation for reappointments to serve on the Clermont County Planning Commission. Recommendation to reappoint the following individuals to serve for terms outlined below. Isaac Anderson, Miami Township at large appointment. He was Mr. Humphrey's former alternate, and reappointment to fill the unexpired term of Mark Burgess, who resigned in September 2020. His term would go for January 27th, 2021 through March 30th, 2023. Darren Heiners, Wayne Township at large appointee, to serve his second full term from March 30th, 2021 through March 30th, 2024. And Amy Velardo, City of Milford appointment, to fill her second full term from March 30th, 2021 through March 30th, 2024.
Board, you've heard the recommendation to reappoint the following individuals to serve on the Clermont County Planning Commission for the terms that were outlined in this reading. These people include Isaac Anderson, Darren Heiners, and Amy Velardo. Do I have a motion to approve those appointments?
I'll make the motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
Commissioner Batchelor,
Yes.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran,
Yes. Item number 14, Job Family Services.
Item number 14 is a recommendation myself, Timothy Dick, Director, Department of Job and Family Services, with the concurrence of Thomas J. Eigel, County Administrator, to appoint Anita Rutledge, Strategic Director for 4C for Children, and William Harris, CTC Director for Clermont County Transportation Center, to serve on the Clermont County Family Service Planning Committee for the term of January 1st, 2021 through December 29th, 2023, as well as for the purpose of gathering public input and reviewing and making program recommendations and developing and maintaining a community plan to implement Ohio Works First pursuant to and in compliance with Section 329.06 of the Ohio Revised Code and other programs established under Chapter 5107 and Chapter 5108, which is Ohio Works First program and the Prevention, Retention, and Contingency program of the Ohio Revised Code.
Board, you've heard the recommendation of Timothy Dick, Director of Job and Family Services, recommending the appointments of representatives to serve on the Clermont County Family Services Planning Committee. And that's Annetta Redlin and William Harris. Do I have that motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran,
Yes. Item number 15. Mr. Eigel?
I'll-
Go ahead, Holly.
You want me to?
Yes, please do.
Okay, this is the recommendation of Thomas J. Eigel, County Administrator, to acknowledge that on 1/11/2021, the Board of County Commissioners received a copy of Resolution 20-91, heretofore adopted by the Board of Washington Township Trustees on December 9th, 2020, requesting that the Board of County Commissioners to vacate Little Indian Road, Township Road 30, situated in Washington Township, as described therein, pursuant to and in compliance with Section 5553.045 of the Ohio Revised Code, to accept the preliminary report of the county engineer dated January 14th, 2021, in and as it relates to the aforestated request, and to establish the date, time, and location of the public hearing herefore in accordance therewith. Public hearing to be held on Wednesday, February 24th, 2021 at 11 a.m. local time in the office of the Board of County Commissioners.
Board, you've heard the reading of the Township, Washington Township's trustees relative to the vacation of the Little Indian Road situated in Washington Township, the acceptance of vacation of that road. And there will be a public hearing held on Wednesday, February 24th, 2021, 11 o'clock a.m. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Call the roll.
Commissioner Batchelor,
Yes.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran,
Yes. Item number 16. Mary Raines.
Good morning. I'm Mary
Morning.
Raines, Commissioner's Office of Management and Budget. Item 16 is a recommendation to increase the 2021 annual appropriations pursuant to Ohio Revised Code 570540 for the general fund, building department, other expenses in the amount of $102,000. This will cover some personnel labor consulting and plans examiner contract changes. And then $33,660 for the solid waste district for a purchase of a recycling vehicle.
Board, you've heard the recommendation by Mary Raines, of the Director of Office Management Budget, to increase the appropriations in the amount listed below. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Call the roll.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you. Item E, any additions at this time?
Yes, Commissioners, if you would consider adding on personnel actions in the Water Resources Department, please.
Do I have a motion to add personnel recommendations for the Water Resources Department from the board, please? Do I have a motion to add that to the agenda?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second that.
Any further discussion? Call the roll, please.
Commissioner Batchelor,
Yes.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes,
Commissioners, the first action is Noah Pennington, Water Resources Department Maintenance Technician 1, supplemental pay effective 1/11/2021.
do I have a motion to approve that supplemental pay at this time? What was the name of the employee, sir?
It's Noah Pennington.
No offense.
Pennington.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any further discussion? Call the roll, please.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes,
The second personnel action, Commissioners, is Terry Stockelman, Water Resources Department Operator 3, termination effective 1/24/2021.
board, may I have a motion, please, to follow that recommendation for termination 1/24/21 for employee Terry Stockelman?
I'll make the motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll provide that second and just caveat that with our hearts reach out to the Stockelman family as they grieve the loss of Terry.
Any other further discussion? Commissioner Batchelor?
Yes. Yes.
Our hearts do reach out to the Stockelman family, and may he rest in peace.
Yes.
It's a very sad time for all, including all the employees in the Water Resources Department. Our hearts reach out to all of you too. Lyle, you and your entire team out there. Call the roll, please.
Commissioner Batchelor,
Yes.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes. No further additions? We're moving on.
Not at this time.
Thank you. We're moving on to item F. Board, I'm asking for a motion to go into executive session pursuant to section 121.22G1 of the Ohio Revised Code to consider the employment or compensation of one or more public employees. Do I have a motion to go into executive session?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Call the roll, please.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes. We're now going into executive session. We will return afterwards. We've returned from executive session. There were no actions or decisions made in that session. We will now move on to our regular agenda. Do we have any other additions today to the agenda?
Yeah, we do have one personnel action for your consideration, appointment of a deputy dog warden, new hire.
Board, I'd like to add on the hiring of a new deputy dog warden as a motion before you today. Do I have a motion to put that on the agenda?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any further discussion? Call the roll, please.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes. Mr. Bickford?
Yes, we have Aaron Grawl, deputy dog warden, full-time for a new hire for a vacant position effective 2/1/21 in the animal shelter.
Board, you've heard the reading of the hiring of the new deputy dog warden. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. Do I have a motion to approve that appointment?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
Commissioner Batchelor,
Yes.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran,
Yes. Any other add-ons this morning? Hearing none. Now going to move to members' comments. Do we have any members' comments this morning?
Just like to say, good to be back. It's nice to be sitting back at the desk again, after spending all those days at home.
Good to have you back, Commissioner Painter.
Thank you.
Nothing.
Nothing? Nothing from me either. We thank you for joining us this morning. I'll now entertain a motion to adjourn this meeting. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Call the roll, please.
Commissioner Painter,
Yes.
Commissioner Batchelor,
Yes.
Commissioner Corcoran.
Yes. That concludes our meeting today. We thank you for joining us, and we will see you again next week. Please stay healthy. Take care of your loved ones. Thank you.